What's up, guys? Ronan here with another Lords of the Fallen video. And I have a very complex build for you guys today. So yeah, this is a Hush Saints Halberd and Shield combo special attack build. I know that's a mouthful, but I've been talking to some guys in Discord about it, and ways to go about this build. And I had one guy telling me bleed and poison, and so I've been trying that. I've tried a lot of variations of this build. I have the physical damage build with the physical damage runes, and I'm using, while using the physical damage ring, the Melchior's ring, using the Warrior's Claw for physical damage. Tried lots of variations, but I know one thing: the runes in the shield are important as well. And right now we're using the, let's see, socket runes. We're using alright. Okay, the Oromon rune to increase radiance massively and reduce inferno. Now the reason we're doing this is because it gives you 2 free points put in this build. And we're using the Tumul rune for health regeneration. You can also use the one to give you more health. And of course we're using the Crafter's Essence for weightlessness. Alright, because this build has a little low in vitality, a little low for my comfort. I like to be at least 40, but you make up for it with a health rune or whatever. There you have a shield. This is not a blocking build, so you can't really depend on that because your endurance is only 9, but you're going to see that's all we need. But yeah, back to the build. I've tried all kinds of things. I've tried this amulet. I've tried where is it? The Pendant of Burden. We'll actually give that a try real quick. So I've tried all kinds of different variations of this build. They're all pretty good. I'm starting to lean on this one. And just because it's unique, like it's a status build, this thing does a lot of poison and bleed. Probably one of the best setups for poison, probably the best setup for poison and bleed. So we're going to try it real quick. I'm going to try the Pendant of Burden. We're going to go to our favorite punching bag. I guess this is going to be a more in-depth guide of the Hush Saints Halberd and Shield. I know a lot of people like this build. It's a pretty well-known build. Let's see what we can accomplish with it. I'll tell you one thing, it does chunk the Monarch really well. There's that big chunk of damage. You see it just took like the last almost like 40-45% of his health away. And yeah, it's still it's pretty inconsistent build, honestly, because a lot of special attacks can 2-shot or even 3-shot Tancred a lot easier. Sometimes it takes 4 special attacks to kill him, or some hits with your weapon. So we're gonna take a second round here. That's pretty good damage to start out with. And the Saints Halberd also, for some reason, does a ton of riposte damage. But like even the status runes, there we go, pretty good. Pendant of Burden might be the way to go. Yeah, this video might be a little bit longer because I'm going to be trying some variations, but I want this to be, the ultimate Hush Saint guide. Because I've tried a lot of things, and it's really hard because a lot of setups for this build are really good. I mean, they're all pretty good. Very viable build. For the build, armor you can wear whatever. Make sure it's heavy armor. You need that because your vitality is going to be a little low. You can go, so far I'm selling on double Bloodbane rings, and for the runes we have the bleed, the one that builds up bleed, and the one that builds up poison, and then physical damage. Take a look at that. There we go, there's the runes right there. Alright, and if you want more physical defense, I feel like the Warrior's Claw does just as well as the Pendant of Burden. And if you want more physical defense, there you go, Warrior's Claw. We'll try the Warrior's Claw real quick. So I took Tancred out in basically three special attacks. We'll keep switching back and forth and see which one is more consistent. But, I mean, this build in itself, when you're relying on poison and bleed, it's a little inconsistent, but it's still a really strong build, as you see. Oh, we're going to try the Warrior's Claw. Can't go wrong with either one, I feel like. But that didn't do a lot. Well, the Pendant of Burden might be a way to go. We'll try it again because that wasn't as good. This build is very inconsistent, so it's really hard to judge. Yeah, and I think this is just going to be more of a testing / in-depth build, guys. But as far as the stats go, this is pretty much what you want. Went to a load screen there, but I went for maximum damage, so 56 strength, 47 agility. We're level 125, of course. 36 vitality, and I went for the stats. I went for 13 radiance and 17 inferno because the rune I'm using in my shield drops my inferno 1 and raises my radiance by 3. So you get 2 free points to help min-max this build. That is for the Nahuda Effigy, so we can use Poison Weapon and our spells. Diminishing Missile, that's the big one for debuffing the boss. Another reason I think this build doesn't excel as much as other special attack builds is because I feel like they're a little more simple to put together. Like this build, you gotta have very specific stuff. Again, it was really, it was, I wouldn't say a challenge, but it was more of a challenge than other builds to put together because I had to mid-max a lot, I had to test a lot. I've ran these bosses dozens and dozens of times. And I'm still doing it right now in this video, so let's try this again. We'll fight the Monarch. One thing I really like is it's a pretty fast Monarch killer. It's one of the fastest Monarch killers, and I think because it chunks off big chunks of health, and he has a lot of health. This is Ng3, by the way, so let's try Tancred one more time. Let's see if we get another 3-shot with the Pendant of Burden. It does seem to be doing a little more damage, but it still took me 4 special attacks for the most part. That was good, 8,000. That's a big chunk. Yeah, Pendant of Burden might be the way to go. We need to do more damage to Reinhold for sure. Pretty inconsistent on Tancred. I don't know if he's just resistant to bleed or what have you, but yeah, we'll run that again. Actually, we'll try the Warrior's Claw one more time, see if we can get a good kill with it. I was using the Warrior Claw a lot, and it was doing really well. Then we'll do the Pendant of Burden one more time, and then we'll move on to the Monarch. Okay, pretty much said to bleed that time. For the claw. The claw did almost as much. Let's see what it does to a mold. Pretty good damage. It knocked him down in one hit. I feel like physical damage knocks him down a lot easier. Yeah. I feel like we're getting quicker knockdowns with the Warrior's Claw. I don't know. It's up to, both are good. The Pendant of Burden might come out on top by a little bit, but if you want to be tankier, use the Warrior's Claw, because it gives you like 200 more physical defense or something crazy like that. 250. It gives a lot. Like, yeah, I'm almost 1200 physical defense. Really preference. This whole build is really preference. I think this does do better than the pure physical build by a good amount. So let's try the Pendant of Burden one more time. See how that goes. If this one does better again, then I would recommend this one. Yeah, again, this setup, this build does get one of the faster Monarch kills out of all the other builds I've made and tried. I think there's some kind of percentage damage in there somewhere. That time, yeah, so really inconsistent build. Sometimes it'll chunk huge chunks of health off of their health bar, and sometimes it won't, so I don't know. The Hush Saints build is still very viable, really good if you really enjoy it. Okay, that was a knockdown in one bit, that's good. Don't feel like we're doing as much riposte damage. This really doesn't matter, you're only going to be getting a riposte on you're only going to be getting a riposte on right hold, honestly. Alright, we'll move on to the Monarch. Oops. Misclick. Alright, we'll move on to the Monarch. Now, the reason I like seeing what can kill the Monarch, because he is a very difficult boss. He's fast, has a lot of reach, does a lot of damage, and has a ton of health. I think he's the tankiest boss in the game, maybe next to a deer. Only because a deer has 2 health bars, but this build does get one of the faster kills on the Monarch. Or at least it did with the Warrior's Claw. I'm about to try it with the Burden. go. Honestly, with the dependent of burden, I actually felt like that was a little slower. We'll try the try the talon or the claw, whatever it's called. That was a long death animation. Alright. Two fast kills in a row. That's what I'm recording. We're out of special attacks. Another thing about this build, if you manage to run out of special attacks, kind of just stuck in the revolver like going to Umbral. You can go into Umbral. But Umbral is meant to be a last resort, in my opinion. Okay. Those were a little on the slower side. I promise I got 2 faster kills earlier. We'll try this one more time. That was a much faster kill. There we go. That's the kind of kill I'm talking about. Pretty easy kill, but again, it just kind of shows the inconsistency of this build. And I'm not hating on the build. This is a very strong build, very viable. Even with low vitality, low everything, you see I'm still tanky. I still do a lot of damage. Again, that is one of the faster Monarch kills, for me anyway. Pretty easy. Let's try the Reaper. Let's buff up. Draw one away from the fire.
Give me that.
Good damage. Good damage, good damage. Jump off this time. I'm gonna rebuff. Putting through his phases pretty quickly. And the poison bleed finished. Yeah, guys. Really good status build. I think I'm going to settle on this build. I like the Warrior's Claw. Makes me tankier. You can use the Pit and the Burn if you really want to. It's up to you. You can throw a little more physical damage on there if you want to. Either way, it's a good build. Probably the best status build in the game, or at least that I've tried so far. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was in-depth enough and explained enough. And I'll see you guys in the next one.